That's Arby's. Mm-hmm. Man, we about to go back to Arby's real quick. They gonna be closed at it. Okay, so the Illuminati's still lurking, y'all. So I don't know. I think I went ahead and ate, wherever I eat at, because they were only gonna drug my food enough for me to not know when to park and stuff. So yeah, I'm over here looking at the traffic, and it looks worse right now from the rest. And the bookmarked rest area that I be at, it's a rest area for me. Mind you, if I come over there to eat, I'm gonna get my ass in trouble. So I was on to. I think they'll try to flag down cups. Like they'll know how magic works, and hope a cop's in position to flag them down. And it would have just been like what Baxter Springs was. So I found out what city trends means. They started a trend on someone in Baxter Springs, Missouri. So it that's been going on, or I've just been thinking outside the box. Then a mug, okay. Mm, but for real, they wait to not snitch magic to like peep the scene out, and then they probably go looking around for a cop to flag without paper trail. Does that make sense now, y'all? Uh, so I'm trying not to let people manipulate me in every darn way. Right now, if you know what I mean, okay. Because their lights is up. Usually when I'm in rentals so much, like I'll know when they start using the beamers on me, but I always have this thing down during the day, at night. It's always down. It's always blocking everything. I'm over here doing this and that and this and that with the sun, or with like a something reflecting the sun, or people, or just like people's headlights. But people think that genetics revolves around people, and they pick up on that, and they see how genetics treats someone, and then they kind of step in. So even though genetics and everything on earth is here to please humans right now, it's only gonna be a matter of time before they stop playing and start cheating. If you know what I mean, okay? Because bitches be acting like they don't snitch and stuff. That's all I'm saying. Something. What am I supposed to be saying? Like, but yeah, again, I like my little car. I have 3 new tires on it, and I want to get another one for the back right tire. So it's keeping me from going all the way to Memphis right now. I'd rather sleep the night and just kind of like find a used tire or buy a tire at Walmart. But I like that. I like tall them trees look. Yeah, I'm used to rentals lately. The Equinox was gone in 2023. 2024. Yeah, that Equinox was gone in January 2024, so I just had zero maintenance and free oil changes, but never did that. I would return it and complain about the oil level. So I think they started last rental or two, and it was just hard to get into Firestone. Like, it was taking too long for them to do their, like, they might be lying to me and Hertz might have was telling me the truth, but I don't want to take this car to Firestone at all, period, because this is my car. There ain't no alibis that includes Firestone on me, because my car belongs to me. And that's how you gotta do these idiosyncrasies, y'all. You gotta make sure the witch brew evidence low chart hooligans don't excel at that, because then when they notice that they're getting those alibis and stories to align, that's when they start letting their victims know they lost, and physically, like imminently, when there's not gonna be a way for those people to snitch. So that's what I'm saying. I like the grand design because these people they make sure to let you know you lost. And I don't really, I mean, like, I want to say that that if you're not a retard, you won't take it as a diss or anything, but I still want to make sure they don't have, one person in the world that has enough rage to form an army, like a neo-Nazi army. Like, yeah, those names and stuff, I just feel like if it's not really the neo-Nazi soldiers, then it's kind of like what the neo-Nazi soldiers wanted to snitch. I just think those druggies think that gay people are just intelligently wicked, confusing, and they think they're good enough to figure that out. So have you ever heard what a buy shop is? These guys have like last names Bishop. Every once in a while you'll see something talking about some Bishop. Well, I be worried about getting over pulverized in a store. That's what I'm talking about. You don't want to be like right by someone in a store. This Lexan stuff looking guy, kind of northeast Missouri. I was headed to Champaign, Illinois again. I thought to myself, if any place that I had that Chevy Equinox, don't go anymore. But they were telling me they had tires available, and it was only 3 more miles away. You guys, I was gonna do it. Then I was looking at the idiosyncrasies, and if there was a guy in crutches that in Champaign, Illinois, that looks like a guy in Wichita that used to live across the street from my mom. And I met Sam that lived in there, and they were into drugs. And I said, no, thank you. And then she mistook me for like, well, she said, oh, you don't like drugs, that you need to. And then her friend said, no, he just says he doesn't do it. He doesn't, like have a problem with neither. So, but I found out how handsome Cliff was for like a 42-year-old. He was like 42 by like 2020, and then he moved out. And then on his last way out, I don't know what got me to start pep talking him about something, but he caught on to it, and it wasn't anywhere near fuck him. So yeah, he was one of those orange haired guys that ride a skateboard, wears jeans, and they're like wide, especially from back, so you could picture like a decent size orange pubic hair and something thick, mushroomy, cocky, like just like uh, after Jeff, orange hair guys was new to me, and then the only orange hair guy I was finna fuck with is Hunter Finn, okay, from Texas with all the events too. But I heard he was getting married in LA while I was running up and down Highway 99. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, okay? With a suave dancer white people, that would be Hunter Finn real quick. You can't mistake the real Hunter Finn, by the way, girl. Right. Okay. So, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm seeing like how I feel about the road right now. I have not slept at a rest area since maybe 2013. Definitely don't recommend sleeping at the rest area in Florida. As a matter of fact, it's prohibited. You gotta look for signs that say you can't. But I'm telling you, guys, the pandemic, you weren't even gonna get a fix-it ticket. They was just, I mean, it's up to you whether you get noticed too much doing that. I used to flag people down, tell them, hey, your lights out or something. I think people were flagging me, telling me mine were too bright. And then I put yellow bulbs so that the headlights would be yellow and the daytime running lights would be what they were. I'm waiting for my Nissan Centra to be like, when is my daytime turtle lights coming on without the parking light on there? I'm telling you, I like my car, but the steering wheel, it looked like a flex right here. It looked like one of them guys with the muscles that kind of flap out like one of them, okay? Like, must I take these hoes to class? Okay. Y'all, I have Atlanta, Georgia on my profile from Columbia, South Carolina. No trace of Wichita, Kansas, except for my posts from the past. I had to travel all the way back, trek from Birmingham to find me some tires, y'all. And best believe I was not going all the way to Wichita, Kansas to get the $30 tires, okay? But I'm telling you, my tires lasted that long. Did I mention I helped? I might have helped this lady identify a problem with her tread where the sides of the corner were getting thin. I think it's like a caster problem. That Chevy Cruze had that problem. And I had pawned my Full Sail University gear to put up a new rear side view mirror on that Chevy Cruze, but the caster people, I was told that it would only make your tires go bald faster. So LA and Burbank and Sacramento, yeah, their tires were pretty 25, 30, 40. I ain't trying to be a cheap when it comes to my riders, but if I'm not gonna live in the Midwest anymore, I don't need R&R, Yokohama, low profile tires, because you can't spin out in the rain in those. Like, you could try to spin out. I mean, you just gonna whiplash yourself and start flying already. Oh my good nigga. I was making $50,000 every 4 months one time. And yeah, I said a car was only as good as the tires and rims that you have on them. So I paid off my rims, and now I don't know what I did with my tires. Cruise is back in Sacramento, just gone. Okay, I did not ask people or magic or anything to put that car out of my misery, girl. I had drove all the way from San Francisco to Sacramento with a spare tire on there. And you can imagine how Sacramento is after saying some shit like that. Yes. I made a U-turn with a parked Range Rover, and on the right side was like the camera. Like, I think they would do a Google Maps cameras, but it was parked and it was just facing the Range Rover, waiting for me to fly past with my face on my car. So when I snuck and did a U-turn, the bump flattened my tire from the curb. And I saw this Matthew McConaughey looking young guy. He was hot. He had a big dog. He acted like he wasn't strong enough to help me get the lug nuts loose. So as he left, another guy that lived in front of the house came out and helped. And I didn't think of they wouldn't have helped me flip the switch to San Francisco in a Chevy Cruze, but I tell you, I would have kept that Chevy Cruze. But that's how your insurance rate goes up. You gotta know how to fight that kind of thing where if people feel like taking your car out because it's too dirty or something, or an unsafe and unfair, it's a chain reaction, and nobody will know whose fault it was. But while I'm over here wasting gas and stuff, and I still have to travel in this direction to turn back around. Oh, and since I have the Google Maps on minimal right now, like, I don't want to be the kind of person that gets wrecked while I'm on camera so people can snitch how much of a something I am, but didn't y'all know what good and evil agreed upon eons ago? It's the fastest way to say things, and well, you gotta learn not to take it as a disc, or you're just automatically what it all was. So I'm gonna sashay from this rest area, just turn on this air a little bit more, take the defrost off, and turn the recirculation on. I have 5W30 oil from Purple Royal in here because I couldn't get 0W20. What is this semi truck doing? Let me get out over here. Up the semi truck in front of you. Girl. Shit, the last time I was following a slow semi truck, girl. I ain't reacting nothing. And best believe I'ma keep my humiliating shit on the internet. That was what I was afraid of saying, because they'll take people out of their misery and try to erase them. But I'm trying to told you. This smell in the air just ain't what a Birmingham smells like, is it? So now I'm learning Joplin, Missouri has some like decoy names, like street names that Wichita has. So if I literally take this highway exit, the game will be on. And now I think my fatigueness is going away. And cars trying to act like a silver disc and fly by. And then they tried to use the beamers on my new hair, on my hair when I don't have it braided. So I braided it back up and I think that worked because the beamers kind of look like something is swimming in a swamp in them when that happens. Okay, that's just a... So I think they tried to make me think hit, and that would be like one of the Illuminati idiosyncrasies. So I wonder how many people go full sail all the way to Florida just to diss me, but I'm over here land roving 100,000 times. I guess that's all Land Rover asked me to do. Care about yourself, or you wouldn't have gotten your whole skin color in trouble. So, did I mention the whole Baxter Springs thing? They needed that to say bastard in it. But my car is black to Baxter Springs, and then that means the opposite. Then, so if they try to make you lose your car, I'm not really sure how they gonna be thug dizzling that. But I guess they got the hint. I wasn't gonna make it to Atlanta to make sure that these white people knew that they were calling us niggers. They kill people with black people MO. So now a car behind me has like an Uber emblem, and they're trying to like, this is when they're gonna try to mimic me. So I don't know if I should go back to Kansas City, Missouri. But the idea is not to go to Oklahoma for sure. Now that that doesn't know where to follow me. Let me see why all these GPS dots are keeping up on my tail. I might as well give y'all an updated report on how I interact with the traffic. Because Joplin, Missouri kind of means drop light in. So they're getting ready to kill babies to turn me into a retard. And I'm making sure that they can't be wicked confusing about it, though. That way we could identify them. I think it would have all happened in Joplin, Missouri. See, I wonder if I could do split screen real quick. Okay, it's reconnected a little bit. So if I was going east, that was towards Springfield. I wasn't even skipping Springfield. There's a car on the ramp thinking that they're gonna wait to diss which direction I don't go in. From here it looks like a black Chevy Traverse. Then they might need the audio to disrespect me. Now this light is turning green. I'm thinking somebody's gonna merge in this lane to diss me while I reroute my coordinates. But I'd rather stop at the light and look back real quick. They're way back there though. Okay, so I'ma go the Kansas City direction, but I'm finding the other side of Joplin. I think if I go to Columbia, South Carolina, the idiosyncrasies on what between the seas are Columbia and Charleston. If I go to Atlanta, it's about I won't make it there to be with my own army. And mind you, my army would be white and black. Okay. Now, if they get me to go to Ohio, one of my car rentals got a automatic speeding ticket mailed to Avis in Ohio just before heading south before Columbus. And I'm scared of Iowa City because that is where their own canyon is. After all, that's what a GMC canyon is. If you're a friend of me, they probably would have had me in an HSC Range Rover there since 2023, just rotting and being fed something to barely stay alive and being tortured. And they had 20 refueler trucks. I glanced at the refueler trucks, looked straight forward, and did not glance at the Range Rover after that. But it was clearly what a clear was inside, a white girl. They was going to de-clear it. My Lyft riders were just going to do what I was doing. Or I should say, I can't say they don't know better than me or anything. I tried not to blink. I have my shades on, matter of fact. I had the Michael Jackson shades on. And my Equinox didn't give out on me right in front of it. Because I think if you need to wipe your side view mirror while a Range Rover's driving by, I think they'll shell shock people that try to snitch what a tissue is, or it snitches you. So one time I was going to wipe my side view mirror in Des Moines, Iowa, and I didn't. I saw a Range Rover coming by. I was like, they ain't gonna shell shock you with the windows up because they need to make sure it slaughters you. With the windows up, it might kill something smaller. It might hurt something smaller. But when I saw that for myself, I was delivering Panda Express. They got me to mix that up, and mind you, oh my goodness, I mixed that up finally. Like, that's how they molest people that mixing my words around. I think that's what a white Honda Accord wouldn't have wanted to happen to them. Sort of like this wiseless way to mix up your words real quick. And then they'd flip the switch before you could correct it. Okay, so 2 miles. Oh, oh, 1 mile. Yeah, they was almost gonna need me to be a retard where I landed at. It's probably on what April 1/8 is. They could just because they were gonna not snitch. I was getting Social Security in order to for it to help an assassin keep me a retard, a trophy retard. But it could be what I would normally be getting paid on the 26th. I missed my exit over there and on purpose, kind of. Okay, so when these big trucks follow you from behind, they're trying to make you look like a train wreck. So if you let that follow you all the way into town, not only the train wreck part, but the beamers, they're trying to get them to penetrate through the car, and I think they're trying to learn it on me. So they were sandwiching me when in the hill. They were sandwiching me between a semi truck and a like a 450. I think they're trying to. I think the Illuminati's trying to lie to me. They just need me to think. So I don't need to repeat all that right now because it's just really gonna work. Or I'm really heading southwest right now from Joplin. What is this? What if this is my... Oh, yeah. So the idea is not to go to LA, y'all. They've been putting crack meds in the world for how long? How many years? People just never dance good in LA. And they're trying to make people learn that they'll start dancing good again if they sacrifice me. So they need the evidence wherever they need them to be a retard, where they need the evidence to be a retard. So I still have this like blocking my eyes and stuff from the beamers. I think they're just starting on April 18th, 2026 now. I think they're starting it on winning 8. So I hope the idea ain't to get gas in Oklahoma. But I guess it was better than what Baxter Springs is. So from Oklahoma, I can find 40 and just make my way through Little Rock, Arkansas, and skip Fort Smith from the north side. Because I could have sworn you hit Memphis from the other side of Little Rock, Arkansas. Just like that. So, I think the Illuminati needed me to be a retard on my way to South Carolina. I think they needed me to be a retard in LA. I think they needed me to be a retard in Wichita. I think they needed me to be a retard in Sacramento. Sacramento is because I've gotten laid like clockwork there from '07 to 2011 and like 2021. So we can switch directions, and I kind of could see how bad the Illuminati needed big trucks and halogen lights behind me and GPS dots following me into a town. Oh, and did I mention Springfield, Missouri could have started the war? I was thinking the war would have started in Iowa City, though. I remember when Magic was telling me it was okay to relax and play my music again over the, yeah, music. Until I was playing Memphis music. It used Juicy J's voice. So when I said that, they tried to get the big F450 up on me to try to glitch the amount of time that I wouldn't have snitched. So you can count that those people are probably using their witch evidence for like vendettas, whereas I don't waste Jews unless they're making me not date men. They're making me not date men, okay? I don't want to find out as when they tell you they gotta kill you, and they could be talking about killing your career, though. I would have gotten to Sacramento, but it's exhausting. No, it ain't, because when you save up $73 for your full tank, it lasts. Like, I'm not really sure if the Chevrons on the East Coast get that long-lasting fuel. So I put the coordinates in for Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm going to be making a sharp right. So it loops left, it comes around that way, so that's what it looks like that. 6.5 miles, we'll see what, how bad that white four-door truck is stalking me. Because that's idiosyncrasy to this faggot. Likes to sleep near crops, and that entails pooping and peeing. Well, no. Because I was just now eating my Arby's, and I was going to hit back into Joplin until they just don't use magic to snitch. They wait till they don't snitch magic, so they gotta fly by you while you're parking before you turn off your headlights and stuff, and they just make sure that they brainwash themselves of everything they wanted you to go down for. And I kind of want to leave the video at this because this will be like an emphasis on like how they work. Yeah, I think they only started using the beamers on the idiosyncrasy April 18th. I don't know what they learned, but they're trying to ruin my voice. If I cover my mouth and stuff, Minnie's okay, you know, like I'm not trying to find out that they're trying to make her look anything. But I usually would have rolled down my windows. .1 miles. I kind of got my own space right now. Big semi truck in front of me, possibly a refueler truck. But I think my mouth is feeling dry, and my voice is feeling like don't talk all day long. And I don't know if it's the Arby's, but I'm gonna go back to sipping this old Burger King.
In 2 miles, take exit 313 toward Oklahoma 10, Miami.
There must be another way I could shoot up to down to like which way should we go? Like I think at nighttime my mom's just not out driving, so it just couldn't hurt her. I'm gonna figure out where Tulsa. Directions to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. That big truck is lurking. He's lurking. He's lurking. He's lurking. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, that's gonna be ignorant. That light's gonna turn green just so I can't. Let's see what this Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Head toward Oklahoma 10 South.
Oh. So I probably just wasn't coming up from the Kansas City, Missouri area, you know. Like,
In 1,000 feet, make a U-turn.
Let's
At the light, turn left onto Industrial Parkway. Then you'll take the I-44 West ramp to Tulsa.
I-44 West to Tulsa. That was up. I'm gonna have to reroute the coordinates to not use the main highway. I gotta fall back. But now I think the RV campers were just waiting in Kansas City, Missouri, like I'll eventually wanna be a retard. Man, they done drugged me so I look stupid today while I'm... Like, all you gotta do is, like... My shit was on YouTube so people can sit at home and watch 2 hours at a time. So best believe...
I found a faster route via US 169 North, which saves 2 minutes. If you prefer to stay on the current route, tap no thanks.
I'm gonna accept that for now just because it's not still gonna be like dirt roads and stuff. But yeah, my videos won't fall off on YouTube. I don't know why Facebook went. I was in luxury tour rentals with them. This is the way I feel. This is the way I feel every time I drove in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is how I could only do one ride, pick one person up, get that money, and the gas was enough to get me back to Wichita, Kansas, because They just needed me to be a retard on Muskogee, I think. Can you imagine an ogre pronouncing Muskogee? I'm not even going to try an example. New angle. Well, I have some space. I be trying not to be a dud in the road too, though, y'all. Don't think I ain't thinking. Hold up. Why would I look right to get my directions? I gotta listen to that hoe. I'm playing. I gotta make sure they didn't have anthrax in the air making some itch, though. My windows is being the whole time. What's the fuss about? Oh, get off the road or someone's really trying to make you a retard tonight? I've survived plenty of those. Okay, so in 1.7 miles, I'll be making a right turn. Now I think the Illuminati just wasn't letting me lose to Memphis, Tennessee with all this commotion. But I think they still would steal my car to give to someone that 50-year-old men shouldn't walk. And if somebody's gonna be a retard, they might as well be worth that. And then they just make sure their victims aren't
at the next stop sign
to file a claim.
69 north.
So there's like a truck that looks like they're hauling nothing, and a car behind that one, a car with a super bright light behind me, and one a couple of seconds behind them, and there's only like a left and a right. So I want to make sure the beamer doesn't stay on behind me, and I'm gonna use this sign as an idiosyncrasy bookmark and make them think for the rest of their lives, was they trying to do that on purpose? It's just one of those signs that say, hey, there's like traffic weaving this way around this thing, that way and that way. Okay, I probably could just sit here and there'd be a car with cars that have enough rage to see me looking deer on the other side of the road. So, I don't think they're trying to scare me back to Baxter Springs of Missouri. Oklahoma's a heartbeat away. Yep, I'm making a U-turn. That was a yellow Mustang. But I think they know this territory more than me, and hopefully they're not making a right now. Now, if I'm going south, that's towards Little Rock, Arkansas. And then I'll be lucky they manipulated me south. But I need to check and see where the gas resources are within certain miles that way. Now, I think I'd be getting all the way to Little Rock. I could get to Fort Smith, but I've already was stuck in Fort Scott for a split second. I was able to drive my tires slow and get a new tire from Walmart right down the street. And whoever noticed, I got a $55 Uber Eats delivery after that. They're trying to ruin my voice. I think I'm heading west. This might take me towards Dallas. Yeah, these shiesty motherfuckers just wouldn't have done that to Hollywood on everything. Like, I wonder if the cops is making sure that I'm not why they're polluting.
Turn right onto 4th Street. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn right. Turn right onto 3rd Street. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn right. At the next light, turn right. Turn right onto Commerce Avenue, US Bicycle Route 66. Then you'll take your first left onto South Elm Street.
God damn.
Turn left after Sis's Furniture.
Why that gotta be disrespectful? I'm telling you, I don't think they'd want a 55-year-old man to be like manipulated into going to prison for like reckless driving or something. I feel like it's inevitable if you're not me. I would say everybody in the world thinks that the one thing you don't do to a white man is ruin their credit. So that was a 2015 Kia Soul that I had paid 3 years off of, and then I just it was, and it was too late to grab it back out. I've tried not to do that so many times with like other things, the way my life is going right now.
In 600 feet, make a U-turn at Newman Road.
Let me see if I can grab my phone. Like, I want to find another laundromat. Like, I think they're rampaging.
Turn right onto Rose Avenue. Then you'll take your first left onto Oak. In 600 feet,
Like, they
right
need
onto Rose
proof
Avenue.
that people don't know what that is, and then they'll do it
Northwest Auto Sales. Turn
all
right
in
onto
one.
Longstreet Avenue. Then you'll take your first right onto
They
Oak.
call slaughtering their victims
Turn right onto
the
Longstreet
whole,
Avenue.
like,
Then northwest
dose
South
of
Longstreet Avenue.
meds.
Turn right onto Shinto Avenue. Then an exit.
So what would we be going south for? Because why would I want to work for Uber or Lyft in Dallas? Right now, I'm going to try to see if I could just put the coordinates in for Little Rock. Little Rock.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
I wasn't even going the right direction, y'all. It's still a left. So if that's south, and this is west, and I keep going west, and Tulsa's up this way, I can find I-35 and get to Tulsa, and maybe coming into Wichita a different way, just as I can sneak in there and get my car fixed. I just feel like they know what I do down 400, and I have not a clue. I made the cop let me go because they kind of just look for you to be rude, and if you're rude, you would have gotten everybody killed. I mean, that's figuratively speaking, okay? I don't like
At the light, turn left onto 22nd Avenue Northeast, East Veterans Road.
want to be like a whole violation of people's privacy. But I would say it all works the same. I mean, the end result is the same. Why is my time? Mind you, they tried to use a State Farm building to earn their 2020 vision on looking at what I was doing on my phone about the directions and who I'm... Lights on in front of. So hopefully they think that my directions said Little Rock. The Beamers are trying to come from the left, like Sonic is open at 11:30 right now. Y'all, it ain't that difficult to know how much people want to see that happen to somebody. Like, 9 times out of the 10, the Illuminati would really wreck me and make sure that I didn't want to be a retard because of Wichita. if they don't know it, though. I'll be trying to avoid all that. I'm just saying, I want to get my car fixed for free with my warranty. The when people learn our slang and all this shit feels like it's trying to ruin my voice. I bet.
Turn right onto Circle Drive Northwest. Then you turn left onto A Street Northwest.
Like now they're trying to make me look like I'm following people, and then they're trying to erase how I talk to the internet. I think they're gonna try to erase how I'm talking to the internet. It's always if I'm going to Wichita, Kansas, they think they can pull anything off. Like,
go past this light and turn right onto 2nd Avenue Northwest.
yeah, my car doesn't need to be fixed. It's probably cosmetic problems. If I go to Kansas City, Missouri, though, I'm gonna be what a chigger is unless I get to a big town that could fight this. I think I need the whole Kansas City idiosyncrasy. I think everybody wants to get the war done. Yep, they think they can erase anything in Wichita. I'm just gonna have forgotten. I guess I got money to chill and make them snitch their identities by making them do hotels while they wait. The idea was to stop me from being a lucky snitch anyway. But like when you head a whole nother direction and they think they know how they needed you to be a retard. Like maybe this instance would kind of be like where I feel more comfortable or what, and then what direction. But I put my coordinates into Kansas City, Missouri, and I really should have, like, yeah, we're just gonna head up to Kansas City, Missouri, y'all. Where's this? Okay, so they tried to ruin my voice because Memphis is half black and half white people. Mind you, the first owner of this car was from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and that was basically Nashville. Murfreesboro, Madison, yeah, don't I know too much? I've been in Nashville off and on. I've done Lyft, I've done Uber, I could have earned a living there with Lyft in 2023. But they didn't know it wasn't my forte to stay in town because the whole grand design is gonna make white Nashville men know that they're not dating gays and other races, and The whole grand design could be that no one should date out of their race. So, here's an epiphany, here's a deja vu, a premonition about my past life. Not going to talk all night. It's probably what kind of anthrax is in the air. But yeah, I guess, thank you. They're just seeing how they should wreck me or something. So I ain't trying to let that happen. Should I stop and clock into Uber and see what I'm fitting to make over here? The screen won't be half YouTube and Google Maps, or half what I need it to be. I'm just gonna, if I head up to Kansas City, Missouri, I've got some places to park. I'm just keeping the windows closed as much as I can. I thought they were I thought they were R's on RV. I thought baby with an R. So they're trying to humiliate me by getting in the left and right lane when I'm slowing down 5 seconds. The 5 whole seconds slowing down, they try to get behind me. So I'm gonna try to park my car to where I can get my social security deposit and have a clear shot. Otherwise, I gotta get ghost without people knowing where I park and cut off my car. But Android is trying to sabotage my Android to convince me to get an iPhone, and that means getting into my iCloud again. Because they need something with that many years of been created. It's just an ultimate diss. I think that's why my Nissan Sentra is shaped like a Nissan Altima. They're the ultimate sneak diss. I'm afraid to say something right now. I hope I remember this in a second. Oh. I think I don't want to know I'm not rich. And in order to, if I would have gotten to LA, it would have been through Sacramento. But I'm not. No. That was a Marshall. I think I just wouldn't try to go towards LA. There's no being random about this. Like, the idea is not to be stuck in Wichita, Kansas with my car on April 27th because they sabotage me for things to not work for me, and then they snitch who they let it work for. But then, like, that's not cute. That like, I needed my first name to insinuate me being African American, Cherokee Native Indian American, and Thai Asian. But Josh Charlton Cornelius is gonna have to do because I am not changing my name. But again, people are making me look like following. The opposite of what a Honda Accord is that way. So a Honda Accord is where you're like a big humiliated snitch on the internet. So I think driving that way is just how I should go this way. So this car's coming up on me and I feel like no place to turn around real quick. Joplin coordinates. I got my visor, it's been blocking. Like every video has had a visor down, my visor's down. Like for years, I've been doing the visor thing at night and stopped doing the sunglasses at night thing. I was doing sunglasses and the visors. So this must have been a 31 minute trip. Joplin, Missouri. They're trying to erase my birth date is April 17th. The area code to Joplin is 417. So I only literally have enough money to get all the way through Missouri. But I don't want to go through Memphis. I have to trust. I have to trust that the East Coast is not gonna let this be like a sick joke against Asians, blacks, Native Americans, whites. But if the marshals is gonna be like scoping the area that is most important to me in its own time right now, like I'm not going to LA. And I'm not going to Columbia, South Carolina. I've been asking people if you're able to drive your car into Canada. I think they said you need a passport. So I ain't trying to get the marshal in trouble for that's when I started thinking Thailand is cheap as hell, but not because literally I ain't been needing someone's real butthole or cock. I remember that they have to silver dish you or someone as like a horny little bastard, so they just can't get me to be that way. And I love my dog. I'm not like trying to make her watch people do that just to get too close to her. I would have already been in Richmond, Virginia, girl. I'm scared to drive through Ohio because people just really might because they said so me, and I'm like, okay, let's see what my singing voice is. I mean, I don't need to prove that right now. What if I gave up on love, love, love? So and then the Illuminati's trying to bookmark like across GPS points. So the cue to finding out when someone's trying to find somewhere to sleep is when a car crosses paths. They really want to be electrocuting people based on how the cars or idiosyncrasies like an oracle ball. Yep. See, like this. Yep. I don't want to learn the hard ways, so my guess is as good as a Cherokee Native American Eagle. Until they learn that child molesters just think they could learn how to flip the switch. Or think they do. I'm driving around when I could have been a retard or something. I swear to God. Why? It's how they have to make someone know they're gonna be lonely. Like, they just see how long they can get with stuff and what feels like an ultimate diss. And like, I'll tell you, I wouldn't even know what my last life was. Now there's just cars going in directions I would have gone, because I wouldn't have gone left. So we're in Baxter Springs. I'm just not at that little rest area thing that I be at. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe somebody looked at me through Casey's so that I should take a poop as soon as I can. I'm gonna make a U-turn. I don't think I should explain it to Baxter Springs though. I think I'll just do this rest area. I almost only had a fetish for candy right now. Phone is annoying, y'all. Like, I still don't want to tell y'all what kind of phone it is because that's just all they're trying to do. But I will take caution. Then a move. Uh-oh. Oh. Somebody's pushing me forward up the road like a maggot right now. Not even one. Okay, they got me to make a U-turn in a ambulance parking lot, so I just don't even want to stay in town. Uh, I think that little rest area is where they be getting their retards, but I saw a green four-door truck there one day. Maybe that's just warning me that that was the only thing they weren't gonna let me do is eat there and sleep. That's just what a green four-door truck would mean. Green, that would green would have meant to me right then, right now, by now. But yeah, let's wrap this up. That way I'm not getting into trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for these cars to fly by because maybe that's when they guess that I disconnect. Or maybe this is all just words from here now. They usually wait for people to hear the revs so that they know what happened. Like a loser just has to know what it was, I guess. Okay, get a new angle. Girl, if the gas station open, we gonna get some candy, something. Perhaps a debit card reading vacuum. That does not say 18 miles. Oh, fuck that. I'm about to... I need some air. No, I'm not even trying to figure out what that was. I need to pull over and get some water. Behind here, somewhere. I was just gonna feel where it was. I wasn't gonna get it. Sounded like where my future was headed. Oh my God, I can't stand today. Yeah, we just, you know what? Oh, this is one of them areas, girl. Hold up. Bright bulbs in my head, like. Oh man, this area reminds me somewhere near Cooksville, Tennessee. Now I immediately something. What is this? Oh nope. There's houses with like some signs of life, basically.
Make a U-turn.
Let me turn off my eco boost so I can get up here. There ain't no dead end over here. There ain't. This ain't a turnabout, is it? Turn it. Gee, we was better off picking that destination and getting there 3 miles sooner.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Am I gonna manifest my fear into fatigue driving? Wait, hold up.
At the stop sign, turn right onto
Yeah.
Kansas 66 East.
Because you're afraid of like, they know that you have that magic in you, and that they know what a Alice in Wonderland is, or a snitch, or just what gets planted in your head kind of stuff. And I think they're gonna turn that crazy stuff into just literal fatigue driving while I'm, staying out of that. But was it Arby's? It was Arby's. It was Arby's, or it was during Arby's because of outside. But I don't have a propane tank in my car. I have a propane stove. I have the stove, the one that sits on top of the tank, and I have the bottom piece. Oh, am I supposed to have my face in there, y'all? Like, how long is that? Oh, well, you gotta. Release some tooting and have some water. Look, they rev when they're thinking of whacking boys, so I, I think they're trying to pretend they learned that one. They know damn well the criminals ain't over here spying on my Facebook. They're just not snitching magic, is how they learned that. Then I gotta make sure Minnie has her water. They have a bar group called Kicks, y'all. And Casey got open, but every time a place is getting their refueler trucks, I don't want the fuel to make me high through the engine. Like, is that happening today? Like, they would blame it on the 5W30 oil that's supposed to be 0W20. But I googled why I'm just not using that the whole time. I own my own car, and it's this one. 12 o'clock. Yesterday, I think I went to bed at 2, 3. See, I'm not trying to follow some car that's the same kind of Ford Taurus as a cop that's in Kansas City, Missouri at night. Trying all these idiosyncrasies, man. I think the idea is just to flip the switch as soon as I notice, and then... So when you say shit like that, you would flip the switch to there as long as they could get away with it. It's like... Best believe it, if I'm a silver genius, best believe if I get to yup on the internet, y'all, I'll tell you when I ain't gonna start moving my car anymore. Ugh, 13 of these miles. Can I get a welcome to Missouri soon? bet I'm just not gonna hit and miss where I park. Man, they can't get me to be a retard yet. Either. Bitch, I'm on the internet with this right now. Oh my god. I think I said beep. I'm on the internet with my misfits, y'all, and it ain't no biscuit. But what I'm gonna do is go ahead and update my where I'm kind of living the most location. Man, I wonder how much firepower Sacramento has. Oh, I easily could have went that direction. I'm afraid of taking Highway 80. Because I never knew what was on the east side of it. Anything past Indianapolis. Wait, anything past Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna win. The idea was not to have the Illuminati shocking people into thinking of how I was a bastard. Then that's probably how I could sleep or park where I'm parked. I feel like I sound younger today. Like, I feel like Chris Brown right now. Like, there's a Casey's everywhere. Wasn't there a Conoco on the left of this one? If there is, it's kind of a little dark over there. Because they're wet. Ooh, it's what a Laredo is because I only didn't need to go back to LA. Yeah, the days Walmart was open 24 hours was just golden. Them hoes be really open, but they got, oh, is that a Jeep Liberty over there in silver? Oh, hell no. A bitch just wasn't making it back to Wichita, but they got their own agenda too. Everybody got their own agenda. It's like, don't go to Atlanta unless you want to be known for talking about people's mamas. Or flagged for it. I got enough rage to go back to Kansas City, Missouri, y'all. This Baxter Spriggs cop is over there lurking at the car dealership. I got all the rage in the world to snitch they don't know how to finish.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Y'all, they just wait until people don't know what that is and then they get it all in one dose. In one future dose, y'all.
Go past this light. Then, at the next one, turn left onto State Route 43 North, South Main Street. At the light, turn left onto State Route 43 North, South Main Street.
I've been worried about how they could use AI to make Dodge Durangos look like they're following you. So my luck has been very good about how those Ford Explorers and Durangos aren't really cops. But I'm telling you, everybody knows the bigger picture. It really just helps make the Illuminati think that it'll all work. And then they just try to finish something they started. I think they're trying to make sure that... I think they know that you can't snitch anything on white guys in their face, like... So they sabotage you knowing that you can't snitch, they're capable of it. That's what I think. Now they traumatize you from things that are anything but how you always make it. So I have to snitch how I wasn't always like... letting them think that we're... So now that they only guessed I needed to get through Memphis, I danced like a little faggot at the McDonald's around a little boy in Kansas City, Missouri. So that's gotta be like magically infamous right now. Which Tennessee would know something about child molest or molest, and Memphis would be like thug dizzle white people at the same time about it. So they had a chance for me to be in and out of Memphis or whatever. I ain't letting Drewski clown on me with that fake SHYT. Yep, it was only who Drewski was. You know, I would have just been here. I mean, him. He's a bad look. That's a... I would have been... Yeah, I would have been twirling around. Ain't no circular motion is all we do. But yeah, excuse me, hello. Girl, I ain't sucking my lips right now. I'm sucking some dry ass taste that I'm finna put an emphasis on with the water somewhere. Damn, it's all the way over here. Yeah, this the Nissan Sentra is nigga rigged. The 2017 Nissan Sentra is nigga rigged. The idiosyncrasy is not to ask the sun for help. Ain't that funny? The sunset. Me the sunset. Get in the right lane. Like, I ain't caught in a lie, these bitches. What you won the opposite of being sabotaged on the road? Plus all day. That would be what the 18th means. 1-8. 1 being the opposite of... I don't know if I should get gas. Wow.
In 600 feet at the traffic circle, take the second exit onto State Route 43 North, North Main Street Road.
Maybe I should get gas while I can. dispenser closed. I think, aren't we already headed to Kansas City, Missouri, though?
Exit the parking lot toward North Main Street Road. Turn left onto North Main Street Road. In 600 feet at the traffic circle, take the second exit onto State Route 43 North, North Main Street Road.
No, you better stay down here. Please stay down here. Stay down here and close your eyes. Come on. Don't get hit one time by that shit, girl. 43 North, right? Can we just head north? Period.
Exit the traffic circle onto State Route 43 North. Continue on State Route 43 North for 4 miles.
They need it on Baxter Springs. Bastard Springs. I ain't no horse speaks booty player. You better. Must I take these hoes to clicks? Okay. Did I say out loud that the gas pumps were closed at Casey's? Oh, let me turn this off and grab this. Man, I'm too cute for that to happen so easily. How they gonna have been doing that to thousands of people already? It's a free day, homie Kens. Man, I mean, I'm guessing though, but nah, wait, there ain't no fluid over here, right? Okay. Man, I'm bad. What the hell, nobody on the road for right now?
In 600 feet at the traffic circle, take the second exit onto State Route 43.
Oh.
Exit the traffic circle onto State Route 43.
Goodness,
Continue on State Route 43 for 3 miles.
I don't need help. Consider what bridge closed in 5 miles. Consider Maple Road. Exit 171. Exit 171. Maybe I don't have to redirect the reroute. Man, I'm riding spinners. I'm riding spinners. They don't stop. A nigga being neutral like that. The girls in that Charlie's Angels scene in the Scary Movie. Girl, I should just coast. What if I give up on love, love, love? Yeah, see, like, all that. Like, I gotta reach too far for my water. Maybe that ain't all, man. My tongue is even dry. This is just a nigga rigged car. Scratched by plastic, tried to get this girl, I am made. Look, I just got enough rage to stay in my lane, girl. And, yeah, and drive the speed limit and stuff. And avoid. And avoid deers. Hopefully, there's none again. All of.
In half a mile, turn left onto Maple Road.
Man, where did I talk that much today? I mean, okay, yeah. Trying to be a little different,
Turn left onto Maple Road.
This is gonna get caught in a lie, y'all. I'm over here burping like, what the fuck am I? What the fuck do I sound like a grown man for? I gotta pee. And we were supposed to turn left there, and we turn left there. Oh, okay, that just avoids the bridge. Okay. Let me make sure that I don't have that off. The avoid highways thing.
Head toward Nutmeg Road.
Let's hope we don't have to turn around. Okay, what is this going straight north to? Does that say Jasper? Like, this whole day's fucked up, y'all. I'm over here squinching in. They is not freezing time to this day. They is not freezing this day in time. Okay. Gotta look for the gas stations here to be in. And it looked like a ton. I'm just gonna set that coordinates already.
Casey's may be closed by the time you arrive.
They
In
basically
half a mile, turn left onto Pecan Road.
they basically only let me make like $60 a day or I get ran off the road. And when I say get ran off the road, girl, doesn't everyone else stay long enough to get
Turn left onto Pecan Road.
traumatized? Man, these people shouldn't be thinking of wasting their jizz every time they think of me. I thought you could flip the switch real easy with where does your jizz go after it doesn't get to go in a hole. Bam. Do I need and want that spunk back or what? That spunk in me, girl. Please don't tell me that rhymes with skunk for a reason. Ah! Girl. Okay, so they shook me with did I put in the coordinates to Casey's? So I gotta not be like this ain't supposed to be happening or that's what Arby's did to my food. I would litter it right now, but it's just for me acting like I'm gonna forget when to throw that out of my car, but ugh. Thank God a possum wasn't trying to soul swap me out of me.
At the next stop sign, turn right. Stop sign, turn right on County Road 255.
I made ugh. See, I knew when Baxter Springs wanted to turn me into a retard. It's just a domino effect of hardworking ways just to get to the opposite you were trying to thing.
Take the next right onto Pine Road. Turn right onto Pine Road.
Well, what's this high water over here? Because I'm going to step out and take
Continue
a pee.
for 1.5 miles.
I got to step out and take a pee. That's probably all that high water. My bad. Okay, so today we're gonna go to sleep nearby and juke Joplin and come back and get some gas and then go back the other way. So the high water over here, let's see where that's at. Because where do I have to sleep? Ooh, the high water. Right there, it look gone. Uh-oh, how far do we go before it says that? Because isn't there like an end of high water thing? Like, I can't get caught speeding because we could just like turn into a boat.
Next stop sign, turn left. At the stop sign, turn left onto State Route 43 North.
End of road closed. towards Joplin and not even. Hold up. Hold I'll probably turn around before I get too deep into. Back on the same live times 3.